Welcome back after this short break, and now we're very glad to have our esteemed guest here in the studio, who is Mr. Juan Miguel. Juan Miguel, the CEO and founder of Aiuken Cybersecurity. At the beginning, we would like to thank you very much for being here to the conference and to the studio. We know that yesterday you delivered a presentation entitled Malware Labs Protecting from Unknown Threats. I would like to know what are the key messages or the main themes of that presentation.
Well, basically nowadays we have a scenario where most of the malware that are targeting the big companies are unknown. That's why they are targeting the companies and they are succeed. So we've been thinking about that for about 2 or 3 years and how we were able to create a scenario where we can detonate it and detect the unknown. How we can anticipate a new malware to be explode into an environment where the malware believes that they are infecting a real computer or a real machine. So we developed the malware labs, including the best of breed of all the vendors in the market, so that you can choose all vendors. You don't have to be tied to one vendor only. And at the same time, you can either test whatever you feel that could be a malware. Sometimes, most of the times, emails, files, or URLs look anonymous or innocuous. Nothing seems to happen one day or after another. So we create the malware lab so that we can detonate it like in the real world, when we infected a little rabbit or a little rat to see if some liquid, it could contain some virus or not. And that's the same thing that we're doing with a time accelerator. We detonate anything that could be potentially a malware, even that is unknown and has been specifically designed to attack you.
Regarding the awareness, do you think that companies and organizations are being aware of that process, of the importance of having such an adoption? Or no, I can say that we are having like baby steps in that process,
right,
and the lab detection.
Well, malware labs is very new. We've been working with this on our research and develop laboratory for over 2 years with this new idea. So most of the companies nowadays are correctly trusting in just 1 or 2 brands. Okay, whatever antivirus or whatever firewall or whatever protection technology they have. Now there is a new technology family, which is called the sandboxes. We try to create this process, but once you acquire one, you are going to be tied to that brand, yellow, red, green. I don't want to say any brand specifically. So our idea is that as we are a managed security service provider, fully independent, how can we bring the best of the best of breed in the market to the companies so that they can test all in one? And that's why we create the malware labs. So very few companies are aware that a tool such as this is now available in the market to test everything. It's not cheap because we have the best in the market, but at least you don't have to take any decision for 1 or 2. You can have everything in just one tool.
Very great. And at the end, I would like to thank you very much for your time. Any final words or message you would like to deliver regarding that area?
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, malware is something that is evolving, and most of the malware nowadays is being tailoring to target a specific organization and infrastructure in specific countries and regions. So the most important thing is that it is very important that you trust in your antivirus and in your perimeter protection, but it's very important that you don't only trust in that, and that you be aware that most of the target that will targeting you in the following years will be specifically created to attack you. That's why we create the malware labs, in order to help you preventing that specific malware created to attack you and to defeat you.
Definitely, thank you very much. And definitely that was our esteemed guest here in the studio, who is Mr. Juan Miguel Velasco, the CEO of Aiuken Cybersecurity. Very short break, and then we'll be right back. Stay tuned.